great day.
All of you.
SYR TV Syracuse, the local station. You're watching the morning news.
That was a hot spot for accidents, so hopefully the new renovations and the new traffic configuration helps people out there as they're gassing up. Well, thank you so much for joining us. It is just about 5:01. You have Ryan and Rachel here the morning after the election, Wednesday, November 5th.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. And we woke up, we were seeing a lot of alerts, wind alerts, Kate. And
I was getting not only voting alerts, but I was getting wind alerts, Kate. Yeah, what's going on?
Oh, what a busy night last night, right? Yeah. Well, yeah, we are tracking some gusty winds and also a potential thunderstorm. So here's kind of what you need to know. Very windy again today. We're fine now, but this afternoon and this evening, gusts 30, 40, even up to 60 miles per hour certainly possible. And even possible thunderstorms, similar to what we had the other night. That's going to be followed by a little bit of snow for a few of you in the higher terrain early tomorrow morning. And then we'll literally rinse and repeat this pattern again for Friday. Speaking of those wind alerts, everyone is part of the wind advisory except for southern Oneida County. You're in a wind warning, high wind warning for you guys. And that's because we have our next storm rolling on through here. The winds really begin to pick up, and we'll go on that temperature roller coaster as well, where we could end as a little snow tomorrow morning. I'm going to have all this for you with that timecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Thank you.
Now, Storm Team meteorologist Kate Thornton with Central New York's most accurate forecast.
And a very good Wednesday to you. The CAPG Skynet 9 camera looking out over downtown Syracuse. Pretty quiet right now. It's 40 degrees. Not super cool outside. We have some clouds around and eventually more wind. So the wind's pretty calm at the moment, but we have wind advisories for everyone in Central New York and even a high wind warning for southern Oneida County. Our wind really begins to pick up from the southwest today, so that's going to help get those temperatures a few degrees warmer today, but we quickly shift to the northwest with our cold front, and we are looking at gusts 30, 40, even 50, 60 miles per hour in some spots. So another very, very windy night ahead. And that's because we have a cold front that could even give us some thunderstorms again this evening. So at the bus stop, we're pretty quiet, pretty dry, just a little bit of rain mostly up north. But after school hours, after work, that will be our next best chance to see some rain and the thunderstorms right between about 4 and 8 o'clock tonight. High temperatures today in the mid to upper 80s. Again, we have that southwest wind. We're starting to see a little bit of rain, not much, but some happening from Watertown and the North Country. Possibly even a little bit of some freezing drizzle going on in some spots, but a lot of that is probably not even making it to the ground. That's our warm front, and then we have our cold front back to the west. That's what's going to come through this evening. So let's show you on the timecast. So again, this morning's no major issues going on. Our rain really begins to fill in here by the afternoon. You're noticing kind of the yellows and the oranges starting to show up on our timecast. So similar setup to what we had the other night when we had thunderstorms rolling on through. We're going to do that again tonight. These storms could be packing a punch, more so the winds. The wind is going to be our biggest issue, but even some hail within this, not ruling that out. And of course, lots of lightning. Things quickly move out of here after about 8 o'clock this evening, and then we start to change over for some of you in the higher elevations to some snow. You could wake up to at least a slushy coating early tomorrow morning. And then it's a chillier day tomorrow, but we're left with more sunshine. It's still breezy. Got that wind from the northwest tomorrow, but we're keeping these temperatures in the 40s and generally a dry day after some morning showers. But look at this. Some of you, even in the hills south of Syracuse, could see a nice little coating of snow on the grassy areas and the cars, so a heads up there. Got another front with the same deal, wind followed by possible thunderstorms Friday evening. Some morning showers, cooler on Saturday. Sunday we got more rain returning, changing over to some snow showers when you wake up Monday morning. It's chilly with highs in the 30s Monday and Tuesday.
All right, right now it is 5:16. We're looking at
Posters.
intense dance sequence there.
It was probably a paso doble.
That's what I was thinking.
Usually those kind of intense dance. I didn't watch last night. I didn't stay up late enough.
Sorry if I ruined it.
Oh,
for you.
contemporary. It was contemporary. No, Robert Irwin apparently did a paso doble that was like...
I only know
He's very good.
I only
Listen,
know Topanga.
I'm just telling these guys.
I just followed Topanga.
The stars this season were, like, all of them were phenomenal.
I agree.
Such high talent. So, yeah, just take it from me.
All right.
That's what he usually does.
I got to watch a lot of dance competitions, so I know my dancing now.
From a whirlwind dance competition to the wind that is coming.
Whew,
I got the
hang on to your
alerts.
hat. Oh, yeah.
On my phone.
We got a lot of them.
Yeah.
It's windy. Basically, this whole week is just nothing but one big wind fest around here. So wind advisory going into effect this afternoon for the overnight hours, and even a high wind warning for our counties to our east, including southern Oneida County. The next cold front gets through here this evening. That's going to give us clouds. That's what we have now. But eventually wind and even possible thunderstorms rolling on through right around 6 o'clock this evening. That'll give us a chillier day tomorrow morning.
Now, Storm Team meteorologist Kate Thornton with Central New York's most accurate forecast.
And a very good morning to you. We are looking out from our Cabby Skynet 9 camera downtown Syracuse. We got pretty quiet at the moment, but we are going to rock and roll again this afternoon and this evening. It's 40 right now. Our wind has kind of died down at the moment, but that will not last. We have wind alerts. Pretty much everyone. Wind advisories in kind of the beige tan area, and then in the yellow for southern Oneida County, high wind warning. We're up to 60-mile-per-hour gusts are certainly possible. Here's kind of the forecast. This is mostly for Syracuse. Obviously, higher elevations and closer towards the lakeshore. Expect even higher wind gusts, but another very, very blustery day. Today, the winds from the southwest. You can see that cold front shifting through, and that's going to make that wind come from the southwest to the northwest. That's going to bring in some colder air for tomorrow. So not bad this morning. We're starting off cloudy. It's in the 40s. Then we have upper 50s for today. But after school hours, we're dealing with some rain. So you want to send the kids off with their rain jackets. They're going back to school today. I know a lot of districts had off yesterday for Election Day. So you want to have them nice and prepared for possible rain after school today. And we don't really have a whole lot of rain happening right now. A lot of what you see here is not even really reaching the ground. It's not until you get to kind of the darker shades where you may be running into some rain, maybe even some patchy freezing drizzle. But the main event is not happening until later this afternoon. Let's show you that on the timecast. So we're pretty dry. The wind really starts to pick up, though, after lunchtime today. A lot of our alerts go into effect starting at 1 o'clock this afternoon. And then we have our cold front. So things are kind of swinging on through here. You see some of the oranges popping up. So this is very similar setup to what we had the other night when we had thunder and lightning and hail and graupel and all of that. I'm expecting a similar setup for this evening, kind of moving on through right around 6, 7, 8 o'clock tonight. And then the colder air behind that, a little bit of changeover to some wet snow for some of the higher elevations. And that doesn't include the hills south of Syracuse. May even see a few snowflakes flying around. But very early, we have a little bit of some rain snow kind of hanging on. And then the rest of the day, really not much happening other than it's still breezy, and it's also much colder tomorrow with highs in the 40s and a bit of a wind chill. At least we should see some sun. All right, the snow map, some very minor, maybe just a slight coating on the grassy areas and the cars and the higher elevations tomorrow morning. And then we do it all over again on Friday. We start dry, rain moving in, possible storms with another cold front. A few morning showers hanging on Saturday morning, highs in the 40s. Got a better chance of rain on Sunday, followed by a better chance at accumulating snow, especially for the higher elevations on Monday, and some lake effect snow showers on Tuesday.
ITheir TV Syracuse, the local station. You're watching the morning news.
A very good morning to you. Welcome in. It is 6 o'clock, Wednesday, November 5th, the morning after election. Of course, we'll have all those results in just a moment. But we're also thinking about wind.
I know, yeah. We woke up this morning to election alerts and wind alerts.
Yeah, my phone was very busy last night, Kate.
So was mine, too. I had the wind alerts and everything. And then I just showed you a little while ago, we had a rocket launch last night. It created a swirl in the sky. We had the full moon. There's just a lot going on in our atmosphere and beyond. But let's talk about what's happening here in central New York today. Wind advisory, that goes into effect this afternoon. High wind warning for southern Oneida County with our next cold front. So not much happening now. There's actually not much wind at the moment. And a lot of the precipitation you see on the radar, a lot of that that's not even really making it to the ground. But our chances for rain really start to go up this afternoon, even potential thunderstorms with our cold front. And some of these storms could be really packing a punch with the gusty winds, the lightning, maybe even some hail again. We'll be watching that very carefully for you. Some of you may even wake up to a little bit of snow tomorrow morning. We'll have more on that coming up in just a few minutes.
Syracuse.
Now, Storm Team meteorologist Kate Thornton with Central New York's most accurate forecast.
And a very good Wednesday morning to you. We're starting to notice a little glow on the horizon here from our CABV Skynet 9 camera. And over downtown Syracuse, it is 41 degrees. We are mostly cloudy, not much of a wind at the moment. Our temperature is anywhere 30s and 40s right now. Everyone is feeling the wind again today. Our wind advisories go into effect starting at 1 p.m. this afternoon. High wind warning for southern Oneida County. We're expecting these gusts to exceed 30, 40, even up to 50 or more miles per hour this afternoon and this evening. Courtesy of our cold front, our wind for the day is from the southwest, and the cold front moves through and it shifts to the northwest. It's going to bring in some colder air for tomorrow. So we're pretty quiet at the bus stop. Going back to school, districts were off yesterday for election day, so we're pretty quiet right now. But it's after school, though. I mean, the kids are going to want rain jackets because we're likely running into some rain showers during the after school hours and for this evening. High temperatures approaching the mid to upper 50s from the thruway south. A little bit cooler up north because, well, you guys are dealing with already a little bit of rain, not much, but where you see kind of the brighter returns right here, that's where we're expecting things to actually be falling from the sky. Otherwise, the rest of that, I'm pretty sure, is just evaporating before it even reaches the ground. That's our warm front pushing through. You know, one of our rules, we never trust a warm front, and we definitely don't trust cold fronts here. Not much with that now. As the day goes on, going to pick up some steam and eventually become strong enough to even give us some possible severe weather this evening. We're not ruling that out. Storm Prediction Center even has our area in a level 1 out of 5 for the potential of strong to severe storms. So the timing of that is about 6, 7, 8 o'clock tonight. Colder air comes rushing in for the higher elevations in particular, changing over to a little bit of wet snow. But that wind stays with us all night. We wake up tomorrow morning with a few lingering showers. Not much, but there's a little bit around. And then we'll keep it mostly dry during the day tomorrow. But it is chilly and it is breezy. At least we get some sun. Our temperatures are in the 40s. So there might be some of you waking up to at least a little coating of snow. This is just mostly for the higher elevations. So don't get too excited just yet for any snow potential. Hold off until next Monday for that. Yep, you heard me say that, but we'll get to that in a moment. That's future us problems. We got another cold front Friday night. A little colder on Saturday. Sunday we got some rain. Yeah, that's our next system. And there's indications that there might be even like a coating of snow for the lower elevations at that point. So we'll keep an eye on things.
Oh, you know how my 11-year-old loves weather.
Oh, I know.
He's watching.
We've had conversations.
He brought me over to the kitchen calendar, and he has it circled Monday, and he's telling me he's been tracking along with the storm team, and he goes, snow on Monday.
Wow.
He's very excited.
Bring him in.
Yeah. So if you ever call out sick, I know who I can go to. It is National American Football.
Your forecast first. Certified as Central New York's most accurate.
All right, we got wind and rain and storms again for today. We have wind alerts going into effect. Highs are in the 50s today. Thunderstorms between about 4 and 8 o'clock tonight, followed by rain showers, maybe even some snow mixing in for the higher elevations overnight. Tomorrow's a lot drier, but it's also a lot colder. Highs are in the 40s, and it's still breezy for tomorrow. So we have a low risk of severe weather today. Pretty much everyone in central New York, part of that level 1, with the gusty winds, our biggest threat, of course, lots of lightning and hail are certainly possible. Similar setup to what we had the other night, and then we do it again for Friday night with another cold front, potential storms with that one. Just a few early morning showers possible on Saturday. We're looking at rain again on Sunday, followed by, we could have a chance at some snow around here on Monday. Fun times.
Not ready, but fine.
That's football season for you. Let's go inside the huddle. It is
Now, Storm Team meteorologist Kate Thornton with Central New York's most accurate forecast.
And a very good Wednesday morning to you. Things are pretty quiet at the moment as we are looking from our CabV Skynet 9 camera. This is looking out over Route 31. We're on the Baldwinsville side, and things are moving along pretty nicely. It's cloudy this morning, not very windy yet. That will change. We have some very high winds in our forecast again today. Wind advisories for pretty much everyone in Central New York, with even a high wind warning for southern Oneida County. We are forecasting those gusts 30, 40, 50 plus miles per hour. Could lead to some isolated power outages this evening with our cold front moving through. We have a south wind today and then shifting to the northwest behind the cold front tonight. And that'll bring in some chilly air for tomorrow. So we're pretty quiet heading out the door this morning. There's not a lot happening, but you want to be prepared for what's coming after school, after work. We have rain showers, potential thunderstorms tonight, and that's when you want to have your rain jackets with you to just to kind of keep yourself dry. Of course, umbrellas are going to be useless with how gusty the winds will be. Our highs not that bad in the upper 50s for today. So we've had our warm front come through. We've had a little bit of rain, even maybe some snow mixing in there. A lot of that's barely even making it to the ground. Let's widen the view out. So this is the culprit of our active weather for today. So we have our next cold front that's moving through this evening. So from now through lunchtime, there's really not much happening. Most of our rain is up in the North Country. That's why you'll find cooler temperatures farther north for today. Then eventually everyone else in Central New York is getting in on rain right around 2, 3 o'clock this afternoon. Cold front moving through mainly between 4 and 8 o'clock, but right around 6 o'clock this evening, we're expecting the rain, the gusty winds, potential thunderstorms, some hail, not ruling that out, lots of lightning. So if you get some hail, try to take a photo safely and send it in to us. We'd love to see it. And then here comes the colder air. The higher elevations could see some of that wet snow mixing in. Even the hills south of Syracuse could be treated to minor accumulating snow. But most of our rain, snow, any of that is tomorrow morning, and then it's done by the afternoon with some sunshine. Highs are only in the 40s tomorrow. We have a coating of snow possible for the higher terrain early tomorrow. And then we have another cold front. We literally do this all over again on Friday with rainstorms Friday night with some early morning showers Saturday morning. Sunday, we got another threat of rain, and that's going to bring in even colder air for Monday. Cold enough where everyone, including Syracuse, could see some snowflakes flying around. Maybe a little slushiness, so we'll have to see. I'm not throwing numbers out yet. It's way too soon, but just
say it ain't snow.
All right, question of the day.
So as we are heading out the door, we are cloudy. It's not very windy right now, but that changes. We have wind advisories for pretty much everyone in Central New York starting this afternoon. It's 43 right now. The wind is from the southeast, a south wind for today. Dry this morning. This afternoon and this evening, though, we have rain showers and even the threat of thunderstorms rolling on through here around 6, 7 o'clock this evening. With those gusty winds, may lead to some isolated power outages. We're looking at gusts 30, 40, 50 miles per hour in even some locations. So a heads up there. That wind doesn't settle down a whole lot for tomorrow. It is colder. It's still breezy. Any morning showers, and then we'll have sunshine during the day. and then we literally rinse and repeat this again on Friday. Okay.
Well, you can watch the latest news, weather, sports, and original programming at WSYR Plus. That's our free streaming app. By the way, we'll be there at 7 o'clock, top of the hour. See you then.